Good morning and welcome. You are with the Skeinz Diaries. It is Monday, the 14th of August, episode 269. And you're with Maree. Welcome along. I know, Monday, and I'm even, look, slightly early. Stop it. Stranger things have happened, right? So on to it though today, because I've been trying to get so much out. And I'll let everybody come in before I tell you all what's been going on. I got a bit of knitting done over the weekend. I'm getting very close. I've deliberately worn this today because I'm getting very, very close to getting finished. In fact, I should get finished this week. And I'm going to show you where I'm at with the poncho. Haven't gotten any closer to writing the pattern up yet, but I will get that done. I'm quite determined to get that done. But I'm really happy. Really, really happy with it. In fact, I didn't think I'd get a project out in time for Knit August Nights, but there you go. It's amazing what happens when you have a bout of the flu and you put your mind to something, isn't it? Good morning, everyone. Welcome along. Actually, I'll catch it on Knit August Nights while you're all piling in this morning. That's chugging along beautifully. So if anybody is coming for Knit August Nights, I can't wait to see you guys. I'm getting the welcome wagon document out this week, which is the document that lets you know everything of what you need to do, where you're going, and how to get there, so on and so forth. It's almost finished. I just need to pop a couple of other bits and pieces in there, and then I'll probably get that out on Wednesday. Wednesday's my can day to get stuff done, so that will be, and which will be sort of a week out from the first people arriving for the event. Yay! So I can't wait for that. If you are a local and you're wanting to head along, there are still classes available. So and you know, or you know somebody in the bay that you can call in and stay, and you don't have to panic with accommodation, because I have since found out that it is also Hawke's Bay Marathon weekend that weekend, so accommodation is a bit tight, but there are a few classes still available, a few late cancellations. So do jump online and you can still register if you want to come along. And all the and I've got a nice core number of traders this year. It's all just shaping up just nicely. Oh, Debbie's saying love you here. Thank you, Debbie. I actually washed it. I blow dried it this morning. I hardly ever do that because I'm so lazy, but I was up early this morning and I had a good night's sleep and I was awake early, and I was like, throw the blow dryer through the hair and get it all sorted. So I did. It's all good. Right. Has everyone had their newsletter and seen the little teasers this morning? You must have, looking at the numbers that are arriving, so you must have seen that. What is the big thing that's coming? Well, the big thing is coming, as many of you know, with Knit August Nights, we do have another sale. So we had a little bit of a clean out with the warehouse clearance, which went better than expected. So that was awesome. And literally, as I speak, out in the warehouse right now, we've seconded over 3 of the girls from the mill who are giving us a hand to do a complete relay in the warehouse to move everything around to get all this new stock that's coming in. And there will be some of the new yarns that will be coming out. Some will come out during the sale, so they won't be in the sale, but they'll be sort of released around that time, a bit like the fantasy. So keep an eye out for those. We're just making sure that we get them all in and photographed and stuff to have. But no, the big announcement is that we were pulling together the items for the sale, and often we do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And Claire and I sort of went through and we looked at sort of all the different ranges, and we've thought, you know what, let's go, go big or go home. We've decided, go big or go home. And we are doing a number of ranges. Stop it, sitting down. Hope you're sitting down. Brace your teacups. We are doing 6, 7, 8 things at half price. I know. Are you ready? So I'm going to tell you guys first. And the reason why I'm telling you this, right? Here's the reason. I've started moving some of the stuff over to the sale page. It's at full price at the moment. But the reason why, there's 2 reasons. Reason 1 is so you can get prepared and get your patterns out and start planning. Reason 2 is that if there is anything that you need, that you would like to get on what I call our normal delivery cycle. So if you need to get something finished up, or you've got an accessory that you need to grab or anything, you need to get that this week before Thursday, because this is going to start on Thursday. right? And you need to get organized and get that in first. So if it's not in the sale, but it is something that you desperately need, because once the volumes come in, that's when, of course, things do slow up, and we get things out as fast as we possibly can. But the reality is the system is the system, and we can't get things. We can only, only so many hours and so many people and stuff that we can get through. So if you need anything like an extra couple of balls to finish a project or anything like that, and if it's not in the sale, I'd get your skates on and get those ordered in the next couple of days to beat the throng for Thursday. Everything is going up midnight Thursday, and these are the items that are going half price. All the Cascade, because we're wanting to get that cleared out. We've decided, so it's been ticking along. We've sold probably about half to 2/3 of it in the time that we've had it. It's now time for it to I think it's done its dash, and we bought it in from Cascade as a big final. We bought all the stock that they had, final clearance lot. So that is all going out at half price. So that's the Cascade 220 Merino. So when I say that, $10 off. So it's going from $19.95 a skein down to $9.95 a skein. $10 off. Boom. Cascade. So that Cascade, you can either knit as a DK or a 10 ply, because it's woolen spun. It's got a little bit more bounce going on, and it works really well in Aran weight or worsted weight patterns. So if you've got anything sitting there and you've been waiting for something, particularly with that color range, get onto that Cascade now. So the Cascade is going. The other one also that's going now, it's not disappearing. We're just clearing down some stock, because we do have holding quite a bit of stock, and we're looking at getting some new colors and potentially Kelly & Co. tweed. Okay, so we don't panic. Kelly & Co. tweed's not going anywhere, but that's going out at half price as well, because we have to ship it in. We've got a lot here, and we need to get those numbers down so we can order some more. So Kelly & Co. tweed is going out at half price. So that's going from $24.95. I think it's going down to like $12.98 a skein. The Incognito Merino, which we've only just had recently, we've got so much of that because obviously we bought the full fibre shipment. That's going out at half price. That is an absolute steal. If you've knitted with it already and you've grabbed it and you love it and you know how good it is, you definitely want to stock up on that. So that's going to be half price. Pearl Luster Brights. We're keeping the pastel shades, but the brights are being discontinued. So if you want any of those bright shades in Pearl Luster, and that's the Suri Alpaca and the Organic Merino, half price. Bloom. We have had some more bloom come in. They found some more base yarn. So we've had more bloom come in. We are going to be switching some of the bloom. Some is still in hanks, and potentially during the sale, some will come in balls as well. That's going out at half price. Blankets. We've got two coloured blankets, the Carboni charcoal blankets, which are brushed alpaca predominant, and the Argenti silver blankets, which are kid mohair predominant. All blankets, knee rugs, all throws, all half price. So if you've got weddings or anniversaries or birthdays or anything you want to get something special for, those blankets, all half price. And for our charity knitters out there, if you're wanting to get some charity knits in, tell your groups all Cozy and Snug, which is already at an incredible price at $7.95 for a 100 gram ball. All Cozy and Snug, what we have in stock is going out at half price as well for all our charity knitters, because we know that you guys need stuff too. So whether you're blanket knitting or skaboo knitting or whatever the knitting may be, Cozy and Snug, it's great for particularly the blanket crews, the ones, the cover-up, Operation Cover-Ups, and the fish and chips and all of those, Cozy and Snug, all going out at half price. So that's $3.97 a ball for a 100 gram ball. I know, stop it, hold the phone. Amazing, right? Less than $2 a ball for Cozy and Snug. So that is everything that is going to be in the sale. Incognito is a limited edition. Once that's gone, it's gone. We won't have that again. Cascade, once it's gone, not having it again. Pearl Luster Brights, once it's gone, it's gone. Bloom, once it's gone, it's gone. Blankets, gone, gone. Cozy and Snug will be back. Don't panic. Kelly & Co. will be back. Don't panic. And, but wait, there's more. We're also going to do 25% off the Mahana Naturals as well, because we've got so many of them. And I'll give you an opportunity to get those into stash because they are gorgeous. Huge, right? Now, if you're coming to Knit August Nights, part of the reason we started the sale early is that if you're a can person, because Skeinz isn't going to be trading at the event, we're trading here, is that you can order your yarn from the sale, particularly in that, excuse me, up through to that first weekend in the sale. So from Thursday through to the end of Sunday. If you're coming to Can and you place your order in those first 4 days, in the comments, if you do collect in store and then put coming to Can or collect at Can in the comments, we will get that packed up for you and we will make sure that I will take that to Knit August Nights and you can pick it up from me at Knit August Nights. Or we can, well, that's the easiest. That's what we did last year. I just took them to Can and you came and got them off me. Easy peasy. So we can, bring that to you as well. So but you need to make sure you pop those in that note, and it's only for those first 4 days. So if you do that, I can do that too. Yippee. It is going to be both in store here and online. So if you're local and you're wanting to call in from Thursday, we will have those available on sale. You can do pick up in store locally, and I have to admit, with the volumes and how quickly things sell through, sometimes you're better off to order online for pickup in store. Just remember, if it is a pickup in store during sale time, it can take up to a week for collection. So you may just, if you're a local, just give us a quick dog and bone on the phone, and we can check to see if it's come through yet. So it can take a little while. So you go. That's the can sale. We thought we would let you guys know first so you can get that planning done. Especially with those patterns, get those patterns out for the Kelly & Co. This is a time to actually knit that yarn. I did my Nanook in it. I've done a couple of Kelly & Co projects. What's the other one I did? I did the one for my husband. I've done one other. Sure, I've done another one. I love it. I really do love it. It's such a lovely yarn to knit with. Great chance to get that Heddle merino. I know I need to get some of that merino before it sells out because I adore it. It is gorgeous. So start your planning now. Get your patterns out, get your planning, get your numbers. The sale, Anna, the sale starts midnight Wednesday night, which is Thursday. So 12:01 a.m. Thursday morning. So it starts Thursday the 17th and runs all the way through to Monday the 28th. We will also be launching in that time some of the new yarns that we've got coming. We've already launched the fantasy. You guys have been purchasing that and loving it. I'm loving the fantasy. We've already just popped that straight down at an everyday low price at $5.95 for the merino alpaca, because we figured let's not diddly squat around with it. Let's just put a sharp price on it right from the get-go. And you guys are loving it. You're absolutely lapping that up. So that fantasy is really a great buy, and it's lovely because I'm knitting with it at the moment in the Poncho, which I'm going to show you in a sec. And then we've got a new Fate merino, which is coming. So that is all the colors from Roving, which you guys loved those Roving colors, minus the peachy one. I dropped that one out, but all the others I've kept. It looks fantastic. And that is in a beautiful, just straight merino DK, untreated. So not machine wash. And we've done that quite deliberately because the merino is gorgeous and it's lovely and bouncy and beautiful and lush, and it's got a gorgeous bloom to it, and it's just so stunning. And we just haven't treated it. We've just left it as is, and it's on a four-fold merino, and it is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So if you're wanting a stunning merino to knit a garment in, and it's I think 18 micron merino, it is so beautiful. So that is coming. We've got a new yarn called Eros coming. I've got most of the colours sitting out there. We got all of these getting bundled up to go up to the photographer tonight. Eros is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. It's a 4-ply sport weight, so it's at the heavier end of 4-ply. It's what I would call a sort of a yarn on the cusp, but you could go one way or the other. It is, there is merino, oh, no, is it Polworth? Oh gosh, all I know is it's got possum and a little bit of tencel in there, and the way that just with the colours, it's got the sheen and shine, and the handle on it is amazing. It is utterly stunning, and we've deliberately done the finer weight for finer cardigans, shawls, wraps. It's suitable for babies, but it isn't machine washable. It is a hand wash only, but it's divine. It is so divine. So that is there. There is another one called Soho, which is coming. May launch towards the end of the can sale period. That is straight merino possum. So that's actually that one. There is again like the fantasy. It was an order that was already pre-spun for another client, and then they've cancelled it from the range. So we've converted into a range for us and put our own colours over it. It's lovely and gorgeous. Plus, there's a couple of other what we call colour ups from existing yarns that we've already got that are just sort of one-offs and what have you. So they could be popping up on the sale page from time to time. We will have some yarns that are in here. There'll be some in-store only specials. So if you're coming to Cannes or a local, come and check out some of the in-store only specials. There'll be things left over from the warehouse clearance, like we've got a tub of this and a half tub of that. We'll just stick all of that onto a clearance table, so that will be here. So there's lots of fun stuff. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. So that's what we've got happening. And as I said, I think I'm going to get my poncho finished. So I'm going to show you where I'm at, and I've deliberately worn this to show you why. I'm going to make all the noise now with my chair. Right, so I've deliberately worn this today. So this is the third poncho that I've knitted in the series, and this is I did this one in double knitting, and I think I used. Did I use a 6mm needle again with this? I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. I did. So this is why I'm going to show this to you. So I grabbed this out because this is what I'm using as my guide. This one, I love how this one fits. I haven't really measured or done anything with these. It's all very random, right? So this is how it looks once it's folded over. Can you see that? So it's a rectangle, which I fold over, put a seam in across the shoulder there. There's the seam there. And then I leave enough for the neck, and you can see, so was that about halvesies? It was halvesies. Look at that. So half was shoulder seam and half was neck. And that neck, as you saw with the fit, was about right. So that neck is actually a length that I will do. Now, this is where I'm at with this one. Because I honestly went chugging away with this again on the weekend. Let's make sure I haven't. And I've got just that little bit left of that union fibre. So I am getting really close. So this is where I'm at now. Ta-da! So that's where I'm at. Now this one is actually a little bit, I've obviously cast on more stitches with this one because it is a little longer than the original. I think. Oh, not much actually. Not much longer. Can you see that there? It's about a little longer, but not too much. So what I'm going to do with this is so that last little bit of union fibre, I will be doing just a little series of garter stitch there. I'll possibly even do a little bit more on that back side just to anchor it. So just to show you, that's where I'm at. If I would have folded in half there, and this is how I measure it. We're not scientific here, people. And as you can see, ta-da, oopsie, I am pretty much where I need to be. So there you go. So I'm just sort of finishing up a sequence now of that. And then I'm going to, right. So where I'm at now because I'll probably get this done before Thursday, and depending on how we go at it, because I might be in the shop on Thursday and I might not be able to chat. But where are we at? Okay, I have just finished. I'm just doing, sorry, as I speak, I'm halfway doing a union fibre row. Then I will do a regular pink row, and then I will do my garter stitches in those things. How many stitches did I cast on? That is a good, I can't remember, Susan. Is the moral of that. It's not a lot. Actually, it's about 100 and, actually, it's about a third, because it was 2/3, 1/3. Hold on, 2, 4, 6, 14, 16, 18, 20, 42. So 120, about 100. It was about 130. It was about 130. That's what I cast on. So it's not a huge number. But 6mm needle, you say. So what I'm going to do is, and then I'm done. So I'll actually get that done this afternoon. Then I will, as you saw before, I'll fold that in half. I will seam, good old mattress stitch up so far here, matching my stripes up, and then and I'll go, and then I'll use the neckline there, and it is about half. Then I'll do about half on this side, open for the neck. Then from there, this is how I'll do it, because I will do it in the round. If you're not in the round person, you will actually, this is easy to do in the round because it's a big enough circumference that you can just literally go round and round. If you're not in the round person, I'm going to do this as a funnel neck because that's what I like. If you do it flat, you will have a seam, a visible seam, potentially, unless you mattress stitch your seam on the right side to let the wrong side roll out. So that will be one way of working around it. Or you could do like a ribbing, which is easier to disguise a seam in, or something like that. I personally am going to go in the round. Now, how I do that, and this is, I discovered this after, I think I did it with the first one, and it works quite well. Look, you can just do it all in that 6mm needle, but what I do, and you can see that I've done it with this one. See how that one's slightly trapezoid? What I've done is I actually worked about 2/3 of that in the 6mm needle. So I picked up the stitches along there and then just went round and around and around for about 2/3. Then I actually switched that needle to a 7mm needle, and then I did sort of the last third in a 7mm needle. So it just made it that little bit wider. So when it sits over, it just gives you a slight more relaxed finish, just a little bit looser edging, and it just sits better. So I do find that is worth doing. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it, but it does. I just find it sits really well. Now I'm going to do that collar in the fantasy that I'm knitting with. So this is the fantasy that was in the trial shade. So it's obvious, but it is the fantasy yarn, and so I'm going to do that collar in this because I still have one whole one of these left, and that collar and it's so soft. So that's perfect for me to do my collar in, and then it'll be done. Short of just, sewing up my ends. There are a lot of ends in there, as you can imagine. But it will be, I'm really thrilled to have it done, actually. What is the colour and the yarn you used on that poncho? Which poncho are you talking about, Joy? The one I'm working on, or the purple? I'm not too sure which one you were. There's two. So with this one, obviously, I've mixture of union fibre, fantasy, it's all bits and bobs. So the whole point of this poncho is using up bits and bobs. This one was a mixture. This was a lockdown cut. So I actually started this one, the blue. So it must be this one, right? So this one is one that I did from stash because I started this one in lockdown. So all of this was stash yarn. So this yarn here is a Malabrigo that I had in stash, and I'd done that much, and then I had this sitting in when I started it, I had it sitting in my knitting bag. And as you can see, it's quite a different colour on the other side. And it's because that was sitting outside and it faded. So that's that colour, that's that colour because of the fading, but it just worked out that that was my halfway point. And then I've got a mixture here of a whole bunch of random yarns from my stash, including a hand spun, including a weaving yarn, which I've mixed with a mohair. There's this one here, the one that I used for the neck. I had 2 skeins of this. And you guys are going to die. This is an acrylic. It's called, and funnily enough, it's called Barocco Vintage. So this is a Barocco yarn. And I bought this on my travels in the States, oh God, more than a decade ago now. And I had this sitting in stash. I've still got the pink version of this, actually, sitting in stash. And I bought 2. I had a purpley one and a pinkish one. So this is the purpley one. But it's just all the colours. I just loved all the crazy colours. And yeah, you're right, Joy. It is perfect for blending in bits and bobs. So the one that I'm just about to finish is striped all the way through. This one, I only had a few bits and bobs. So what I did is I striped that much, and then I roughly knew how, and then I started and finished with the same amount of striping, front and back. And then the middle of the fabric was the Malabrigo. So it sort of gave that sort of overall effect that sits across the body. But you can do it all the way through. You can go completely random. You could do a temperature poncho. You can do whatever you like with it. But it's a really, really pleasant thing to knit. It's great for using up scraps. And you can play around with fades and colours. I mean, for example, a fade with this would work fabulously. So if you wanted to do, if you had some hedgehog fibres and you wanted to play around with some hedgehog fibres, or grab some when you're at Cannes with Ethan, or get some from Get Flocks, you could do that. As I said, I've used an art yarn in this one, an art yarn and a yarn from Union Fibre, which I purchased together, and then added it back with 3 other yarns from Stash, to make a sort of a colour melange to go together. So you can have a bit of fun with it. And they're just quick and easy to wear. I just love them. I just throw them over. And as I said, this is the 3rd one. This will make number 4. I've got them from everything from a thick, super chunky one through to these other 3, which were all in sort of rough. Well, first one I did was in DK weight yarn. This is sort of DK 10 ply. That one is anything from DK through to 12 ply. It doesn't matter, but 6mm needle. Because it's not holding structure, it doesn't need to be. You can actually be pretty loose as a goose with the gauge, which I quite like. Makes fast knitting, which is always a good thing, right? Makes quick knitting. So there you go. That's news from the front. It's all good news. So hopefully I'll have that finished to show you completed. And hope, fingers crossed, if we're super busy, I will be out there on Thursday. So if you don't see me here on Thursday, you'll know why. It depends on how mauled that we get in the shop. But if I can, hopefully I can show you that completed on Thursday, which will be fun. Yeah, it is soothing TV knitting. So as we know patterns, and yeah, exactly. It's just, I mean, I've, as I said, I knitted a good chunk of that when I was sick the other week. And it was perfect because I didn't have to think about it. And then, in fact, one of the rows, because I do have a cheeky little short row in there, which is how I keep the garter stitch. When I pull it that way, I'll show you with this one. See how you get a slight flare at the bottom, but there is actually a cheeky little short row in the garter stitch at the bottom. And I mucked up which one I'd done. I'd actually think I'd put in an extra row. Like I'd done 3 short rows. One of the colours. It didn't matter. I just then did the next 2 rows as singles, and it's all melded in. And it'll melt away. You're never going to find it. So I discovered it later, and I was like, oh, I'm not even going to worry about that. Yeah, because I mean it's designed just to be a thing. So there you go. Right, I'm going to keep going so I can get all my bits and bobs ready for you guys on Thursday. So you guys get the list ahead of time. So remember, if there's anything that you need to get done, finished, or out, and you need the delivery like within normal delivery parameters, you want to place that order in the next few days before like by Wednesday at the latest, so it doesn't get caught up with the big push for Thursday. But failing that, she's all on John from Thursday. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I can't wait to see so many of you for Can. So until then, you have a great week and fingers crossed, I'll see you here on Thursday. Take care.